And welcome back to the channel, guys. Tool reviews of tools I use. Today I'm going to be taking you through the tote bag that I carry whenever I'm working on copper pipes. This is my Stanley Fatmax tote bag. It's a very nice heavy duty tote bag. It can holds a lot of weight. Very strong, nice strong handle on it. It's good material. Hasn't got any proper splits or anything in it yet, so it's been a pretty impressive tool bag for the amount of use it's had. It keeps my blowtorch in really nicely, and a whole load of other accessories which I'll take you through now. So it's got this nice big pouch at the front, and you can see I just keep a whole load of earplugs in there. No real reason, they're just left over from when this was a general maintenance tool bag that I had. On the side here I keep a whole load of extra spanners, so if you haven't checked out my main toolkit for plumbing, then please go and check that toolbox out. After this you'll see all the rest of the spanners and things I carry, but this is just in addition to those. So I keep a nice 8-inch Barco, I keep an Antec spanner for tight space work, and I keep an even smaller spanner here, the Nerad spanner. I hope that's how you pronounce it. This is tiny, this thing. I'll be doing a review on this soon. They just sit in there. Keep a couple of little wire brushes just for cleaning, and I keep a little set of diagonal cutters just for cutting little bits of solder, cutting wires, things like that. Just useful to have. Spin it around here, you can see I've got a few files just at the front. So I've got a little round file spinning inside pipes, and just a nice flat file, just good for knocking burrs and stuff off things. Keep a little spark maker here. You can see that it just makes a little spark from a blowtorch, just in case the ignition goes on my blowtorch. I've always got an option. I don't have to go hunting around for a lighter or anything like that, so I'll keep that in there. And whenever I'm using this bag, I'm generally going to be using a pipe bender that you see on the left here. And so I keep the formers just here. This little brush, this is from in there as well. This just sits in the little accessory box. But yeah, these formers, I've got one for 22, one for 15mm. And yeah, I keep them in here instead of in my main toolbox, because I don't always need to be bending pipe work with that one. So why carry the extra weight? I've got a couple of saws here. I've got a nice junior hacksaw, and I've got this one here which is really good for compact tight spaces. So it's handy that I can use this bit if I can't fit the body of the saw in. I can just use this last 3 or 4 inches, or even maybe a bit more if I stretch it out, just to get in there. And I can use it as a junior hacksaw as well, just by turning this little turn wheel here, tighten it up, and then you've got just a small junior hacksaw. Really good. This one's made by Barco, and I've used a few of them. Some were less than impressive. This Barco was the best I've found out of all of them, so these two live in here. I've got a whole load of electrical tape that I use just for marking pipes, so I can mark them up as warm, hot or cold. I've got a set of locking pliers. These are really handy for holding pipes when they become hot. I can just grip them with this and heat them up, solder them. So coming around here, that's the outside of the bag done. So in here I keep my blowtorch. It's a really nice professional blowtorch. This one's made by Monument. You'll see it there. It's got a really nice good point on it. It gives you a really accurate heating up. It's got an automatic ignition, so you don't have to worry about the spark maker. So it's a really good tool. It's a lot quicker than the cheap rubbish DIY models that you can buy. And I keep a spare matte gas for that as well, just in there. if you see this this little bit of pipe that the torch sits in, I keep this in here because once I get to work with this bag, everything tends to come out of it. It all ends up all scattered about. And I was finding that at the end of a job, when I was putting everything back in, it was just a bit of a pain to get the torch back in and out sometimes. So I just reserve this little space for this pipe just so I can drop the blowtorch in there, and it's always going to sit on the bottom, which means it's not going to fall out, get damaged or anything like that. It just works really nicely. And I keep my little soldering mats in there. I've got a few. I've got this one here, which I can use. It's just got a little slit in there that I can just put that around pipe work and just have the pipe coming up through there. And I got this one as well, so between the two of those I can protect the surrounding area. Don't go damaging anything, don't go starting any fires with it, so it keeps me out of trouble. I've got a whole load of sponges. These are just sponge cloths, just for cleaning up, getting the flux off pipe work. And I've got a whole load of solder. Keep loads of this, just so I don't run out. Got a whole bunch of it. I've got some PTFE tape. That's it for that one. I've got pipe slices just hanging nice and convenient in the middle here. So I'll keep a nice monument one. This is for 22mm pipe, and I can just slip that in, turn it round, and you get a nice nice cut on it. These are the ones I use generally. So this one's a Copex one, really nice heavy duty. This one's a Rothenberger one. I'd say they're pretty much exactly the same. This is quite a recent purchase, and I'd say that they must have come out of the same factory. I can only guess they have. The design of them is absolutely identical, so these are really, really good. They're not going to break on you. I keep this one in here. It just covers both sizes. I can go 8 to 22mm on it just by turning down like that, and you can see that bit coming in the middle. So yeah, it's a useful little cut just to keep in there. Spin it around. So I've got this little organising box in here. It's the best I can do at the moment. I've got to try and find something to replace it, but for now it does the job. If anyone's got any ideas, then please stick them in the comments. So here I just keep loads of the little small accessories. You can see them there. So I keep a pipe and fittings cleaner in here, just an all-in-one tool, which has got the 22mm brush and the 15mm brush on the end, and you can see I can spin it around on a pipe as well with those ones to clean a pipe really well. These are great, really, really useful, and the best thing is, again, they're nice and cheap. So in here I've got a little Barco deburrer. So this tool is great, just spinning around on a fitting. If I just sort of demo it, you just stick it on the inside of a pipe you've just cut, and it just takes the little burr off it. It's really good, really nicely made. Very thin, so it fits in easily. And it's very strong, just made of steel or an alloy or something. Great tool. Keep a whole load of flux brushes. Long ones, short ones, just for soldering. And I keep another pipe brush here. This one's supposed to go on a drill. I don't use it in a drill, I just use that bit as a handle. It works pretty well for that. Cleaning the outside of pipes, again, very nice and cheap. Go through a few of these, but they do work well. Some work better than others, but they work well. A little pipe end cap. These are spare flints for that little spark maker I was showing you earlier. Just some little flints that go in there. And I've got some abrasive strips. You'll see here. Keep a whole bunch of those on hand. Really good for cleaning pipe work. So in the bottom of this side here, keep a few supplies. So I've got a whole bunch of PTFE. Got some flux. This particular size, if you get it, has got a brush in it. It's really useful. It just keeps mess down. It's pretty convenient. I like the Laco stuff. Keep some solvent for welding pipe. It's good stuff. Keep some Brasso. If I've got any exposed pipe work and I want to make it look a little bit neater, nicer, I can clean it up with some Brasso afterwards. It puts a really nice finish on the job. And I've got some Boss Super Green joint compound. That's it. That's the contents of my copper pipework soldering bag. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you want to add anything, please put it down in the comments, any suggestions or anything like that, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.